Hi friends, hi my Stampin' friends. How are you? Happy Friday. I have a fun thing that I'm hoping not everybody has seen before, but maybe I had not seen this before, and it's not anything real new, but fairly new to me, and it was really fun to make. So I'm hoping that you will find it fun also. So I'm going to show you how to make this interactive card, and then I've got some new stuff to show you. Hey Catherine, give that baby a smooch for me. So then I've got a few new things to show you, and then some specials to tell you about. So I am just going to get my phone mounted here and get at it. There we go. Bring it up on my iPad so I can see if people make comments. Make sure the volume's turned down on that. It is. Hey Sharon. Okay. So let's see. I wanted to have the light so there wasn't that shadow on there, but kind of looks like it's on there anyway. Oh well. Okay, so we are going to make, or what I'm going to show you how to make is a double slider card. So I'm going to give you measurements. So hey Nikki, so I'll give you a minute to get a piece of paper and something to write with before I give you these measurements so that you can make this yourself. And like I said, it is really fun. And while the end, when I show you the one that I made, looks really difficult, it was really simple. So you're going to need something to score with, and oops, if you're going to do it along with me, you might want a corner rounder and a pair of scissors and a sandwich bag. Hey Jane. Okay. So I'm gonna get started by giving you the measurements of this first. So your card base is going to be 5.5 by 11. Okay, so 5.5 by 11. And then you're going to need 2 pieces for the inside. And these measure 3.25 by 5.5. So 3.25 by 5.5. All right. And then the card base, we need to make 3 score lines. So we're going to score at 3.5, 7 1/8, and 10 5/8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's the little one, first little mark after the 1/2 inch. So those score lines again are at 3.5, 7 1/8, and 10 5/8. And those are all the pieces that you need. So I'm going to move this over. I have it written down there in case you need to jot that down real quick. Hey Karen. Okay. And this is called a double slider card. So we're just going to get folding on those score lines. I like to use my, well, I call it a bone folder. I think it's called a crease tool. But my original ones really are made out of bone. Okay, so then we have this little tab. So this is going to make up the card. It's going to end up going like that. And this piece is going to be in the middle. So this piece that has the little flap and that piece, we need to cut a notch in where it needs to pull. And we now have the perfect thing to do with that with. This is the new Fun Stamper's Journey corner rounder, but it also has this really awesome notch on it. So you just want to line this up between that score line and there. You could measure it to be exact if you want, but I just eyeball it and punch that. I'm going through 2 pieces of cardstock, so that's why it's a little bit stiff. Look, isn't that cool? I love it. It just makes the perfect little notch for our pull thing. Okay, and while I have this out, I'm going to go ahead and round the corners off for these inside pieces. I like, you know, not all corner rounders are the same. Some make a really fat corner, some make a skinnier corner. I like the corner that this one makes. It's just about right, I think. Hey Sherry, thanks for joining me today, you guys. I have to say that I love stuff like this. I am having fun with this card. Okay, so now we are going to create what the mechanism for making the slide, and it's really easy. And I just have a piece of, can you see that? A piece of, this is actually a snack size sandwich bag that I used on the first one, and I didn't cut it very even, but that doesn't really even matter. You can also, you can use whatever plastic you want to use, including a grocery bag. So you just need a piece long enough to wrap around this and be about 1 inch to 1.5 inches wide. Okay, so I know this is clear and you're not going to be able to maybe see it very well. I don't know. So we're going to wrap it around, and like I said, I didn't cut this very even, but you don't want a big overlap, so I'm just going to cut a chunk of this off. I don't want to cut too much because I don't want it to be short. Okay, so that's just about right. There's about 1/4 inch overlap, I guess. Enough for our double-sided tape, which is what I'm going to use. I think it holds the best. And I'm going to, since my, what I cut is not even, I'm going to put it on the short end here so that I don't have sticky hanging off over the edge, because I don't want anything to get stuck. Okay. So I hope you guys can see that this really is easy so far, right? Hey Francis, how are you? I have to tell you girls, Francis and I were stamp pen pals many years ago. We connected through the magazine Rubber Stamp Madness. And Frances lives in Australia. And she makes the most awesome cards. And the one card that always sticks out in my mind, I've kept all of them, is this jewelry box that she made me, like the old-fashioned little girls jewelry box stamps, or jewelry box. In fact, I think, yeah, I bought that. Hang on, I'll show you. Because I ended up buying that stamp. I loved it so much. There it is. So she put this on the card, and she made this drawer pull out, and I think there was a greeting or something inside. I love this stamp. It's from the Museum of Modern Rubber, and I just thought I treasured everything that you sent me, Frances, and I still have them all. And but that jewelry box one, that always sticks out in my mind. Okay, so here we go. We have that, our little piece of plastic on there. And then, oh, let me put, so you want to have your double-sided sticky on your little tab as well. So I will do that now. Okay. So I have to keep doing this to make sure I put things where they need to go. So this is obviously going to be the back because it doesn't go quite to the edge. If you used 12 by 12 paper to cut your card base, you could cut it a little bit longer. Okay, so don't mind me. I am just trying to make sure I put the things where they need to go. So see where your pull notch is over here? So on the, let's call this the front. Let's call this the front of this flap here. We're going to put our sticky on the left side. So get your plastic to where it's in the middle there. And I hope that I'm doing this so you can understand. Sometimes I think I skip around and then it gets confusing. I hope I'm not doing that. Okay. Oh, I should just use my bloom tool and then I can get that off easier, right? It's plastic, so it's just a little bit obstinate here to, wants to hold on to that glue. It doesn't want to lay down there. I will get it. I will. I am determined. I am determined. Come on now. There we go. Okay. So you're going to kind of make sure you've got this sort of in the middle of your panel and clear to the edge on the left side. There we go. Okay, so that's what it's going to look like where I'm calling this the front of this top panel. Then you can go ahead and turn it to the inside, and we'll call this the back. And we're going to put the adhesive on the right side of that plastic strip down all the way over to the edge, pretty much. Okay. And then you're going to put your other white piece, or whatever color you're using, to be flush with the right edge of that panel there. Okay, so now it looks like this, and it's adhered on the left side over here on what we were calling the front, and then it's adhered on the right side there on the back. Okay, then you're going to pull this panel up, take your paper off your adhesive, and it's just going to tuck down inside of that white inside panel there. Make sure you got the edges lined up as best as you can. Well, and I didn't do a very good job of it, and it is stuck now. So I'm just going to do this. Okay. Then you're going to want to either punch a hole in this, or some way of attaching your ribbon. Either punch a hole and pull ribbon through, or staple it on. It doesn't have to be ribbon, it can be twine, or you can just create a pull with cardstock, however you want to make your pull. You hold it up at the top and the bottom like that and pull, and voila, how awesome is that? I just love it. Oh my gosh, is that cute or what? And it really is super simple, right? That is not hard. You guys, I only made my sample. I've only made one prior to this one. It's really super simple. And I think with some fiddling around, and maybe if you wanted to, like I said, use 12 by 12 cardstock instead of 8.5 by 11, you could make this so that it measures out to be 4 1/4 by 5.5 instead of this one measures 3 and 3.5. Is that right? Let me measure it, because I don't remember. Yeah, 3.5. And then of course you'd want to do your inside panels wider as well. But I just think that is so cool, and it doesn't have to go that way. It can go this way, right? Hey, Michelle. So I hope you guys think that's as fun as I do, because I think it is so fun. Do you want to see the card I made? Because I'm excited about it. Okay, this is what I did. I just thought it turned out really pretty. Maybe it's too gaudy for some people, but I thought it turned out really pretty, you guys. And it was so easy. What took me the longest was coloring. So, I stamped and colored the inside images with my FSJ Color Burst pencils, and I used, after I colored, I went back in with Pan Pastel in blue and one of our sponges and just sponged around to put a little color, and then I stamped the greetings, sending love, feel better soon, and then the front is just all die cuts with the exception of the paper that I put back there, and I will show you all these things that I used. So while that might look difficult, it wasn't, because it's just all die cuts, and then you just, you know, arrange it, put it on there however you like. But yeah, I'm pleased with it. I thought it turned out pretty, and it was fun because to me, I think these look like petunias. I don't know what they're supposed to be, but I think they look like petunias. So I just decided I wanted them in purples, and so I just went back and matched up my cardstock to how I colored those, and I just thought those were fun. And then I used our Special Day white organza for my pole and tied it with a little bit of black twine. And on these little things, I just took my gold silk and daubed it. Instead of flicking, I just took the brush and daubed it on there. And if you don't know what silk is, it is this, and it comes with all this yummy frosty goodness, and it has a brush in there just like fingernail polish, and it's very liquidy, and you can splatter or you can color, whatever you want to do. And so that's what I did. So I used the August Bloom Box stamp set, which is called Backyard Blooms, and these were all the stamps that I used, and the 2 greetings. So that was that. And then these little black things here are this die, which is called Bloom Cluster Die. And the leaves, some of them were from this, which is the Summer Branch die. And then I also had some leaves from this set, which is the Blooming Details die set. And this is where the flowers came from. So these are the big purple ones here, and then these are the detail that goes over the top. And oh, those fun little things. I didn't bring the... Let me grab that die set really quick so you can see where those come from, because those are so fun. And they come from this set, which is called the Romantic Bloom die set. And they are those right there. So those are all the dies I used. And this piece of paper in the background here, I distressed the edges to rough it up. And it is this paper here from the Good Life prints. And I love all these papers. I especially love the wood and the chicken wire. So anyway, that's the card. I hope you guys will give it a try, because that is so fun and it just works so smooth too. Okay, I wanted to show you some things, and by the way, all of those are available on my website, which is www.funstampersjourney. If you can read my writing, .com/JannaStamps. So that's where you can find all this stuff. Okay, so I didn't use a pocket die. It was just a piece of paper cut 5.5 by 11. Here are the measurements again. So your card base is 5.5 by 11, and then you score it at 3.5, 7 1/8, and 10 5/8. So that's what makes this pocket thing. It's just a piece of cardstock and some scoring. And then the inside pieces, 2 of them, are cut at 3 1/4 by 5.5. Okay, you want to see my fun stash that I've gotten lately? So this is from our holiday catalog, and that is this, Journey Holidays. I got the fun candy cane buttons. Red's my favorite color, and I just thought those were so stinking cute. These do not have to be for just Christmas. You could use these whenever, but I thought those were adorable. And then I got the holiday sparkles, and they are so pretty and sparkly. I did, Karen, I cut a notch with our new corner rounder. It's got this notch cutter on it, which is so awesome. And I cut through the two, so you cut through the panel that you fold over that is scored down at 10 5/8. It's that one and the panel right next to it. And then the top panel is what's inside in the middle between that has the sliding mechanism on it. So you don't cut through that one because that would make your plastic hang up. So you punch through the one that has your adhesive on it and the one right next to it. Yeah, I just love this. It is so cool. It cuts that little notch right out of there. Anyway, back to the sparkles. Look at these. So pretty. There's black, red, clear, green, and gold. Oh, no problem, Karen. I also finally got the bread tag die. Love that. I got the Bloom Wall Embossing Folder, which has a bunch of beautiful, almost looks like daisies on there to me. And then when you spend so much money, $75, you get a Bloom benefit. And that's why these are different colors, because in the last couple of orders I've spent, well, obviously $75 3 times. So I got the Tiny Dot embossing folder. This one I love. It's called All Stars. It's got those fun wiggly lines with stars all over. And then this one, which is so cool, called Spooky Moon. And it's got trees with this moon in the background. That's very cool. These are so fun. They're called DIY hoops. They're just very thin, so they're not, I mean, you wouldn't use these for embroidery or whatever. They're just for decorating, but I love the sizes because how cute would this little one be on a card? And then these bigger ones you could do on mixed media or make ornaments or whatever. And speaking of mixed media, this month we have a special 20% off of selected mixed media products. So check that out. And then I got this. I loved this. All of these things you can find, pretty much all of them, in the holiday catalog. So this is called Gnome for the Holidays, and I love this. I don't love it just for the holidays because I think you can use most of these guys any time of year. But look at the little jingle bells too. It's so stinking cute. So Gnome for the Holidays, and there is a matching die set. Love that. And then I got the Buffalo Check, if you can see that. Buffalo Check stencil. I thought that would be a lot of fun to play with. And Buffalo Check seems to be a really popular design right now. Okay, so that's that. And then I wanted to tell you about our kits in case you are not a coach already. And then there's one other thing I want to tell you about after this. I'm not pushing this at you to get you to sign up. I just want to give you this information because it's such a good value. When you become a Journey coach, yes, you know, you can sell the products. But if you spend, say, an average of $50 a month on crafty goodness, and and you just want to get your stuff at a discount, you can do this just for yourself. You do not have to go out and have in-home parties or, you know, knock on people's doors and try to get them to buy stuff. You really honestly don't. You can get into Fun Stamper's Journey for $49, and you just have to have $150 in sales every quarter. But you get 20% discount on anything you buy yourself. So, you know, you're not really spending $150 because you're getting at a discount, but it will still add up to that $150 minimum. And if you have friends that you get together and stamp or craft with, and they buy a few things from you, then hey, you know, it just makes it so you don't have to spend that much yourself. For $49, you are going to get your catalog and whatever the current mini catalog is. In this case, it's the holiday one that I had up here. You're gonna get, you're gonna get some hostess forms and order forms. But here's the fun part. You're going to get $100 in product credit to use on your first order. So for $49, you're going to get these things, and then $100 of whatever out of these catalogs that you want to spend, plus you get half off of a cutting machine. If you want a die cutting and embossing machine, we've got our new little Platinum 6, which is the new version of this. It folds up, as this one doesn't, but it's going to be similar, and it's got, I believe, the same inside mechanism on it. I love my little maze machine, but this one's now called the Platinum 6. So you could get that one, or you could get the bigger one, like our big workhorse machine, Journey Platinum machine. And let me see if it's right here in the front. Here it kind of is. You can sort of see it there. But it will take a whole 8.5 by 11 size piece of cardstock through. It's got the most magnets on the magnetic platform of any machine on the market. And it folds up for easier storage. And it's awesome. Now, if you wanted to get a little more into it, you could do the I Want It All kit. For $149, you're going to get the same things that you got with more. You're going to get 6 catalogs, each of the big catalog and the mini catalog. You're going to get those hostess forms and order forms, and you're going to get $200 in product credit. Plus, you're going to get the FSJ Essentials pack, which is this here. You're going to get an assortment of cardstock, a black licorice ink pad. You're going to get our Sparkle Silk, which is awesome. You're going to get the Journey Glaze, and you're going to get whatever the current month that you sign up Bloom box is. And still, you will be able to purchase a machine at half off if you choose to. So I just wanted to give you that information, and if you truly are thinking about it and have questions, hey Sally, just message me, or message me and tell me that you want to talk to me on the phone, and we can talk about that. So also this month is a really awesome deal on our Journey totes, our rolling tote and the business tote, and I'm going to show those to you here in just a second, but I wanted to give you the information on it first. So the rolling tote was selling for $139.95, and Coaches actually had we had the opportunity to earn these, which is what I did when I signed up, and I earned mine for free, which I was really jazzed about. But you can now buy the big one for $49.95, regular $139.95. The smaller little one is $19.95. It's regular $69.95. And so they will be on sale through, I think, the end of next month. And also there's a $10 flat rate shipping charge per tote, so keep that in mind. But there's going to be 12 lucky winners that will receive one of the prizes here on this wheel inside their bag. So you have to purchase this between August 15th and September 30th for a chance that you might have one of these goodies in your bag, and one of them being a Journey Platinum machine. That's a $120 prize. So that's really cool. Let me get my phone mount over here so that I can show you these totes. And this is just going to take a little bit of finagling, so bear with. Whee! Okay. I don't know what you're seeing, but there we go. Now you're seeing my messy desk. Let me flip this around. And there's my chicken neck or crow neck or turkey neck or whatever you call that. Okay. All right, so I am just going to carry this over here so I can set it down, and hopefully, okay, so this is it. It's pretty darn cool. This is the big one, and I've got the little one on the top. Look how easy it spins around. If you just wanted this for traveling even and not for a crafty reason, it's pretty darn awesome for that. So this is the small one. It's got this loop here that slides on the handle of the bigger one. It's really nice vinyl and easy to clean. It's got this flap up here that unsnaps, and you've got two big pockets here. This unzips here. And inside there, I don't know if you can see that, there's all kinds of zipper pockets, and there's all kinds of pockets and things like you can put business cards in here. There's pen holders. Pretty cool. And then here's another zipper, and it's got a shoulder strap that you can attach to it, and it's got pockets in here where you could slip in like forms or 8.5 by 11 paper, whatever project you might be working on. And there is yet another compartment here that's got a divider. Wait a minute, does this pull out? No, it's just a divider. And so you can put some, you could even put stamps or whatever you want in there if you're using it for that reason. Okay, and again, this is the handle, and it slides down for storage. It goes all the way down. And it's got a little push button on the top of it up here, and that's how you actually can raise and lower it that far. And then, like I said, this slips right over the handle like that. Very nice. Okay, now I'm going to tilt this down more so hopefully you can see this. It's also got a front pocket. Mine still has the paper in it. A front pocket there. It's got pocket on the side here and little things there. It's got a place on the back that you can slide your ID in, and it has a little netted pocket here, so you could stick something in there, and another pocket. Then, where's the zipper? So it has 2 zippers, and there is the inside. Pretty deep. And it's got, yet again, way more pockets all inside there. And all that nice vinyl to wash it off. So, let me get my phone out of here. Whew! Okay. Go back over here where the light is. So that's the totes, the rolling tote and the business tote. If you're interested, you can find those also on my website, www.funstampersjourney.com/JannaStamps. And I do. Okay. One more look at my card. I just thought that was a fun card. I like to do cards that move like that. So that was fun. All right. Thanks for joining me in my stamp room. And I hope you guys will give that card a try. If you do, if you make that, I would love it if you would take a picture or whatever, take a quick video even, and post it on this page, because then everybody can see how fun it is and get ideas from your inspiration. All right, have a great weekend. Happy stamping. Thanks for joining me. Ta-ta.